On July 31, 2007, British dog handler Martin Grime arrived with cadaver dog Eddie at apartment 5A to conduct a forensic search. According to the detailed report from Martin Grime, something strange happened. As soon as he and Eddie arrived at the open door of the apartment, Eddie became restless, and before he could give him a command, Eddie walked straight into the apartment and into the parents' bedroom. In other words, he broke the stay, which was very unusual, according to Martin Grime. Apparently there was a strong cadaver scent which the dog could not resist. Eddie alerted to a spot in the wardrobe of Kate and Jerry's bedroom. As can be seen in the video, Eddie didn't hesitate for a moment. He immediately indicated that he smelled the scent he had been trained to find. We have to keep in mind that the searches with the sniffer dogs took place 3 months after Madeleine's disappearance. Now, the next question must be, how long does it take for a body to produce sufficient scent for a well-trained cadaver dog to smell, 3 months after the body has been in a certain spot? In other words, how long must a decomposing body have been in apartment 5A? That seemed like an interesting question, which, of course, can only be answered by experts in the field of cadaver dogs. So I contacted Adela Morris. She is the founder and CEO of the Institute for Canine Forensics, situated in the northern part of California in the US. She is a leading specialist in the field of cadaver dogs, and she continually records how long it takes before a well-trained dog reacts to cadaver scent in different stages of the decomposition process. Amongst others, she worked with the Sheriff's Office in Santa Clara County, and she was a member of the Office of Emergency Services California Task Force 3. She testified in court cases as an expert witness regarding cadaver searches with dogs. Adela Morris was also an advisor for the popular television series CSI Crime Scene Investigation. The expertise of Adela Morris regarding cadaver dogs is beyond any doubt. Her references speak for themselves. After I've made her aware of the situation regarding Eddie, she was very clear in her reply. I quote, "I'm not saying that it is impossible that a dog doesn't obey a stay command. But after 3 months there must have been either blood, or the body must have lain long enough in that location to allow the decomposition to progress, and to leave such a clear residue." End quote. We know that no blood was found in the wardrobe of the parents' bedroom. So Eddie alerted on the scent residue of a dead body. And Adela Morris comments further, I quote, "I find it difficult to believe that a body stayed in a location for just a few hours, and yet created such a strong residue which a dog is able to detect 3 months later. I'm not buying that." End quote. Well, that is a firm statement from this recognized specialist in this field. And that's not all. I quote, "If a dog ignores a stay command and reacts so strongly to a cadaver scent residue, it means that the body must have been in that spot for several days, if not longer." End quote. Then I talked to Dennis Janis of the Dutch National Police. According to him, and I quote, "The body doesn't leave a strong scent in just a few hours. The decomposition process is fully activated some 24 hours after the time of death. But in the early stages it is a slow process." End quote. It is known that, as a rule, the Dutch police will only start looking with a cadaver dog on the 4th day after the start of the search. While this doesn't apply to the Madeleine case, it certainly gives some context. When I asked him how long it would take for a decomposing body to produce sufficient cadaver scent which a dog is able to smell after 3 months, he answered, and I quote, "I don't know exactly how long that would take, but you have to think in days, and not in hours." End quote. The third and last specialist I've talked to is Esther van Neerbos. She is the founder and CEO of the Dutch NGO, Signe Search Dogs, situated in North Brabant. Her dogs have clocked up more than 8,000 hours of searching time and have found more than 400 bodies. Signe dogs were deployed in several international disaster zones, such as in Japan after the tsunami and in the Philippines after the earthquake. It is fair to say that Esther van Neerbos is an experienced expert in this field. When I asked her, she told me, and I quote, "A decomposing body doesn't leave a strong scent in just a few hours. A post-mortem interval of 2.5 to 3 hours must be maintained before a dog can smell the odor of a decomposing body." End quote. Because there wasn't a dead body present in the apartment, this doesn't count, but again, it surely gives some context. When I asked her how much time the decomposition needs to leave a clear scent residue which can be detected 3 months later by a trained dog, she said, and I quote, "It does take some time. I'm not sure how long exactly, but in any case considerably longer than just a few hours. That I am sure of." End quote. According to the experts I've spoken to, all agreed that just a couple of hours of decomposition is simply not enough to produce a scent, which a dog can detect some 3 months later. This changes everything. If it was Madeleine's scent that Eddie alerted to in the wardrobe, then only one conclusion is possible. Madeleine did not die on the day of her disappearance. She died days earlier. There can be no doubt about that. Simply because the rules of decomposition cannot be interpreted differently.